Listen closely. The thing you keep apologizing for is the very thing that makes you unstoppable. And once you understand that, your whole life will change.
Sometimes in life, we become so used to apologizing for who we are that it becomes a habit we don't even recognize anymore. We say sorry for speaking up, sorry for being emotional, sorry for not being perfect, sorry for needing time, sorry for being human. And somewhere along the way, without even realizing it, we start shrinking ourselves, lowering our voice, softening our presence, because we believe that who we are isn't enough. But the truth is, every person carrying greatness in their heart has gone through this phase, a phase where they felt like their flaws made them unworthy. Just like the cracked pot in the story, many people walk through life believing they are a burden, believing that their imperfections are inconveniences to the world. But what if everything you think is wrong with you is actually the very thing that makes you powerful? What if your sensitivity is what makes you understand people deeply? What if your past struggles are what give you the strength to lift others? What if your mistakes are what taught you wisdom no school could ever teach? What if your scars are not evidence of weakness, but proof of survival? The cracked pot apologized for the water it lost, but it didn't understand that those drops of water were creating beauty every single day. It saw loss, but the farmer saw life. It saw failure, but the farmer saw flowers. And that's exactly how life sees you. Where you see flaws, life sees potential. Where you see mistakes, life sees lessons. Where you see brokenness, life sees a story that can inspire others. You don't need to apologize for being different. You don't need to apologize for being emotional or strong or ambitious or quiet or loud or anything that makes you who you are. The world doesn't need another copy of someone else. It needs you, your authenticity, your truth, your experiences, your voice. Think of how many times you hid your real feelings just to avoid disappointing someone. Think of how many opportunities you let go because you didn't think you were good enough. Think of how many dreams you delayed because you were afraid someone might judge you. All those moments weren't failures. They were signs that you were taught to undervalue yourself. But your story does not have to continue that way. You get to rewrite it. You get to decide right now that you will stop apologizing for simply being human. If you are emotional, it means you feel deeply, and the world needs people who feel. If you are quiet, it means you observe, you listen, you notice things others miss, and the world needs thinkers. If you are outspoken, it means you have a voice bold enough to challenge wrong, and the world needs courage. If you have been broken, it means you survived something that could have destroyed you, and the world needs survivors who can guide others. America's greatest motivational icons, people like Oprah, Steve Jobs, Denzel Washington, Brené Brown, Tony Robbins, didn't rise because they were perfect. They rose because they embraced their imperfections. Oprah was told she didn't have the right look for television. Steve Jobs was fired from the company he created. Denzel Washington failed multiple auditions. Brené Brown struggled with shame and vulnerability before teaching the world how to face them. And Tony Robbins came from a broken home and had every excuse to fail. But not once did greatness come from being perfect. It came from being real. The people who change the world are always the ones who stop apologizing for who they are and start embracing who they can become. So imagine the cracked pot realizing that everything it was ashamed of was actually its gift. Imagine it lifting its head proudly, seeing the flowers, understanding its purpose. Now imagine yourself doing the same. Imagine waking up one day and instead of apologizing for your flaws, you thank God for them. Imagine realizing that the things you call imperfections are actually divine designs built to shape your destiny. Imagine walking into your future with confidence instead of fear, pride instead of shame, strength instead of doubt. You would become unstoppable. The moment you stop apologizing for who you are, everything in your life begins to change. You attract better people because confidence replaces insecurity. You pursue bigger dreams because courage replaces fear. You create more opportunities because self-belief replaces self-doubt. And most importantly, you begin to love yourself in a way you never have before. The cracked pot didn't realize it was watering flowers because it never looked back at the impact it was making. You might be doing the same. You don't see how your kindness lifts others. You don't see how your smile brightens someone's day. You don't see how your struggle inspires someone who feels alone. You don't see how your presence makes someone feel understood. You don't see how your journey gives hope to someone who feels hopeless. You are impacting people every single day without even knowing it, just like that pot. But as long as you keep apologizing for who you are, you will never see your own beauty. Stop saying sorry for your dreams being big. Stop saying sorry for wanting more. Stop saying sorry for outgrowing people. Stop saying sorry for protecting your peace. Stop saying sorry for choosing yourself. You have every right to want a better life. You have every right to evolve, to rise, to change, to dream. You don't owe anyone an apology for becoming who you were meant to be. In America, the land where people chase impossible dreams, the mindset is simple. Don't shrink, grow. Don't hide, shine. Don't apologize, rise. Because every time you apologize for who you are, you hand your power to someone else. And every time you accept yourself fully, you take that power back. The cracked pot finally understood that it was never broken. It was chosen. Chosen to create beauty. Chosen to give life. Chosen for a purpose the perfect pot could never fulfill. And so are you. You are chosen for something special. You are here for a reason. You are built for greatness. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be you. So stop apologizing. Stand tall. Embrace your cracks. Walk proudly on your path. And let the flowers bloom behind you.